evening, everyone. This is Philosopher Cards. Thanks for tuning in. People of the realm, are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? What a weekend we have had following the video announcement that I dropped on Friday of the market update and my thoughts on the situation, what's going on, why I'm pulling back from some alpha breaks for a while. And it's been an exciting weekend. Now, you know, some people took that and ran. Some people kind of went the opposite way, but it definitely stirred some things in both extremes of the, which is good because sometimes from a community organizing perspective, you got to get people to understand the situation we're in. And the situation is very concerning, despite what some bamboozlers will tell you on Saturday evening from their box breaks. Despite whatever they tell you, the situation isn't great. On the ground, on the ground, boots on the ground, in the front lines, we're seeing real cracks. And the bamboozler himself, the Taco King, can get on and say that all these YouTubers and people are emotional. I suppose he subscribes to my channel, but I mean, no. I could show you a million videos where he's throwing boxes of things, he's throwing cards, he's doing this, doing that. It's entertainment. He knows that. He's downplaying it. I don't know if someone gave him a call, but I can tell you that was not his opinion a month ago. And nothing's changed in that month to have changed his opinion. So don't know what's going on with that. But at the same time, these emotional YouTubers are not telling you to buy or sell anything. Remember that. What Rudy always talks about not listening to folks is don't listen to buy or sell. I'm not telling you guys what to buy. I'm not telling you guys what to sell. I'm only reporting that others are. That's what I'm reporting to you. So we had that. We had the Dragon Lord himself came out with some calls on why we only have one set a year. And I just want to clarify some things here in this video today. You know, I did give and mention some ideas for solutions or some things that could offset some of the challenges that we're observing within the community and on the front lines, whether that front lines is selling singles in the secondary market, whether that front lines is in our LGS is trying to drum up interest and get folks into the game, right? All of those things are things that Rudy doesn't see from his ivory tower in Jacksonville, Florida. So for me, I don't care if there's one set a year, two set a year. I don't care. I'm not trying to change. I'm not suggesting we change Eric's vision. All I'm suggesting, all I'm saying is give us a roadmap. Let us know how much money we're going to need for this stuff and when. Let us know and be able to tell newer folks that come into the game. The beta reprint's hitting in about a couple weeks here. Did they tell you that? The beta reprint's hitting here in a couple weeks, and we should have some product in beta in stock then. Let us know. Let us know when products are going out of stock so we can tell collectors, hey, all those promos, all those crown sorcerers, those are collectible because they're never going to be printed again. And everybody's like, oh, he's got this massive bag that he's holding, and why would I be bearish or throwing the concerns that I'm doing if I had massive bags I'm trying to unload on y'all? The ones you got to be careful of are the ones that are pumping when you feel like, something's off. Something shouldn't be pumped right now. Something shouldn't be pumped. But look behind me. I thought about bringing this beta foil set that nobody wanted to purchase in a match, and doing a live demonstration here on YouTube this evening, but thought that was a little bit too rated X for this particular speech. But be careful of the folks that have no skin in the game, that don't go out and get folks at different LGSs to try to play, that don't go out and teach the game, that aren't participating in events, that aren't trying to grow this or grow that. Not the LGS owner that's the one that's pushing and trying to get folks in playing Sorcery, trying to get product in the door to get folks in, trying to get those cats, trying to get things. Don't look behind me. Look behind me. Not the person that's got some skin in. This is a wall. This isn't even all. This is like a piece. This is a piece of what there is. And there's all 18. If you look on the up here, the top 2 rows are 18. Oh, except for that. She might not belong on that row. And then all the second row, and then, oh, that's a Alpha Curio. That's an Alpha Curio. Oh, we got a couple Gildeds. And this is what's just not in the safe. Just want to make that point. Don't listen to folks with no skin in the game. Listen to folks that are out there putting hours and hours a week for no pay to grow something. Listen on the Discord to the folks that are telling you from LGSs what the issues are. And the issues are just minor. It's just some minor stuff, which is why I said the hubris in the last video. If you remember, I said the word hubris because it only will take a couple messages and the whole feel will turn around. That's it. Set the expectations for us. If beta is not a set to be collected, when beta comes out, say, hey, this set's going to be our core set in print for 5 years. And you don't even have to say it's not collectible. All you got to say is that, and collectors will adjust accordingly. They'll say, you know what? I have 5 years to put this, wrong way, set of beta curios together. I got 5 years. I don't have to rush. And then what happens is you don't have a run on your supply that you have to go 15 times to reprint. If you set the expectations up front and you say all that, you don't have to have one guy buying all these boxes to rip the singles because everybody's trying to buy singles. If you set the expectation up front, you have enough product that's going to last a normal amount of time. But when you have a product like Alpha that's super collectible, and the next set that comes out apparently isn't as collectible, but nobody knows that at the time of it, what are people to do? So then when Arthurian Legends comes out, we're like, oh, well, that's just beta. All the other sets are going to be as collectible. You know, it's going to be collectible, this and that. Arthurian Legend, is it as collectible? I don't know. I don't know. I can't tell you. I can't tell you what are the chances that there's going to be 1 million of these guilds. I can't tell you. I can't tell you. And it's not about assigning a cost to it. Cost is a measure of scarcity. When you're talking to a collector, and this conversation occurred over the weekend, so I just want to kind of clear this up to help folks understand what a collector is. A collector is not somebody that's really in it for like growth of money. A collector generally has enough money that they don't need to collect money. If they needed to collect money, the collector has other ways to collect money. Okay? The collector collects rare, obscure, and interesting things that are enjoyable and excitable to them. Period. That's what a collector does. An investor buys this Cerberus because he thinks it's going to go up in 5 years. A flipper buys this Cerberus because he thinks he can steal it from Margaret and flip it to make a quick 1,000. A collector buys this Cerberus and will probably keep it until he dies. All right, unless there's a chance somebody really gives him a ton of money for it, where he could then take it and go buy some other things that he's collecting, right? That's a collector. A collector's not somebody that's an investor. They're completely different buckets. They're completely different mindsets. I have very little sealed product, guys. I have one alpha box for myself, one alpha box. I have one beta master case and one Arthurian Legends master case. I don't keep sealed. I'm not an investor. I'm not. These types of things are more on the collectible side. Okay? These are more on the collectible side. So when we talk about collectors, you got to understand the mindset of a collector. A collector says, hey, I have $1,000. I want to try to go get some obscure things. If you know that $1,000 can buy 3 curios, okay, you'll try to go out and get those 3 curios. But if you wait a year, you might be able to take that $1,000 and get 5 curios, right? And you're going to hold off and you're going to wait a year for your collection because the scarcity and collectability is given a dollar assignment to it. It's not about the dollars, but the dollars are a means to say to a collector, how many of these should I buy? Or what of these should I buy? If I have a scarce number of dollars I want to put into a collectible. All right. Collector doesn't go take 7 mortgages and buy everything that's behind me. That's not it. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that, and I wanted to clear that up. Again, I want to clear the thought up about the 2 sets a year. We're not telling EC how many sets a year they should have. Stop it. Stop. Everybody stop. Everybody that's out there, I need to get everybody on the same page. Okay? The page that we're on is we want a roadmap of releases. When is product coming? Generalities. Tell us generalities. And in 3 years on that roadmap, maybe try to say, hey, we're going to try to, in 3 years, we'll try to give you a real date. You know, right now we're going to give you a month at a time. We'll give it to you a year in advance. Give us the plan. Give us the roadmap. Tell us what enhancements are going to be made to what in what months. Tell us when you're going to start doing, like, the fact that they're not telling you anything is because they're getting away essentially with not setting goals and not having to worry about meeting the goals because the goals aren't set. If you don't tell anybody what your goal is, that's the first thing. You know, guys, I'm going to be honest with you. I've always tried to lose some weight, right? Weight's something with me that's always been a struggle. And they always tell you if you're struggling with weight or you're struggling with something, tell others what you're going to do. Set your goal. If you want to set your goal to say, hey, I'm going to consume 1,600 calories a day. Okay. Well, if you tell other people, it holds you accountable to it. If you don't tell anybody, all you're accountable to is yourself. It's yourself. So that's that. We need a roadmap. We need out-of-print announcements. Announcements. And I hope one's coming. I hope one's coming with beta very soon. I hope one's very soon where, you know, there's going to be, guys, there's going to be a wave of beta that hits that's coming. It's going to be massive. It's large. It's a large wave. I don't know that it's a small wave. If it's as large as I'm worried that it's going to be, we need a roadmap and these things now, before that wave hits. We need it. Maybe right with the wave, but we need it now. If the dragon set's running late, we need to know now. When we say running late, EC always said, we never gave a date on the dragon set. Yeah, but at Sorcery Con, it's like everybody had that expectation that it's going to be in March or April. And when you don't give clear dates, you leave that up to everybody to come up with their own date in their own mind. And that's what causes the drama. My date's different than so-and-so dates, which is different than so-and-so dates. So when so-and-so says, oh, no, I thought that was June. Like, wait, no, I thought that was going to be April. No, it might not even be this year. They didn't even say it's this year. So you have to understand that when there's gaps in communication and when there's gaps in expectations and when there's gaps in goals, people are going to come up with that stuff on their own. And you can't blame the community for doing that because everybody's just trying to figure out what the heck is this plan? What the heck's the roadmap? What the heck? You know, there's been really no clear roadmap, in my opinion, since Alpha. And what happened with Alpha? It was extremely successful. What's happened since April of last year? Look in the mirror, guys. Are we going up? Or are we going down? What's the difference between the Alpha timeline and what happened in Alpha and what? Nothing changed with the vision. One set a year, this plan, that plan. Some things were missed in the Alpha time. I mean, I wasn't there for the Kickstarter, unfortunately, but wish I was, but I wasn't. And I know. I talk to folks all the time. I'm constantly talking to folks in and around the sorcery community, whether you're playing, collecting, there's really nobody investing, playing, collecting, or whatever. I'm talking with folks. And the only difference is they gave the roadmap in the alpha time for the kicks. You got to give a roadmap in a Kickstarter. You got to give a roadmap. Rudy can go out there all day long and say YouTubers are emotional, this and that. We need changes on the ground floor. And I'm going to throw right up here on the screen, you're going to see a picture of a chart of alpha singles. And Rudy, who's a former stock guy, would know how to read this chart, because unless something substantially changes, unless, news hits, unless all of a sudden there's a big wave of the EC partnering with this person or that person, I can tell you where this line's going in the next month or two. I can tell you. It's easy, because there's such a firm trend that it will follow this trend until there's some news, there's some information, there's some something that drops that causes that to shift. And all we need to cause the market to shift, and again, I know EC doesn't follow the secondary market, nor should they, right? They're not about that. But the secondary market is a bellwether for how things are actually going, right? The secondary market is how are things? If it'd be one thing if singles are dropping and boxes are going up, or boxes isn't going up and singles are dropping, or this box is going up and that box is going down. Everything's going the same way. It's all going the same direction. So, what does that tell you? All EC needs to do. This is it. Nothing financial. I'm not asking for you to buy anything. I'm not asking for you to sell anything. I'm telling you what I'm buying and what I'm not selling. I'm telling you what I tried to sell. All they need to do is come out with a roadmap. Tell us, when is product going to launch? What are the sets? Do we really need to keep it that secret and then all of a sudden reveal it 5 minutes before delivery? I don't know. I think it's causing more harm than good. It causes LGSs to not know when to plan. There's 1,000 other TCGs out there. There's 1,000 other folks coming into this. You want them to carry sorcery. You want them to have a plan. You want them to be able to plan to buy this or that. The collector, you want to tell the collector when something's going to be out of print, when something's in print, what promos are out of print. Let the collector know all that, and then let the collector decide what to collect. On the player side, or the casual person side, player or casual person might open a box or two. Let the person know when to save for the new set that's come out. They might be really excited for the Dragon Lord set and need to know when to start saving to buy some packs. Let them know. What's the harm? What's the harm, guys? And the fact that it's actually really concerning that the bamboozler in chief dismissed all normal things that he would normally look into the health. He talked about TCG player prices for Arthurian Legend boxes. He completely dismissed all the dumps that are going on outside of TCG player that were only available to select folks. When he looked at TCG player, normally he'll tell you, oh, well, it's not up that much because, there's only 2 boxes sold or, per day. The turn rate's low. There's only 2 to 4 boxes of Arthurian Legends being sold on TCG player every day. Go look for yourself. All this stuff's out there. Go look for yourself. It's only 2 to 4 boxes. He's violating his own concepts of what he does and measures, what he measures for success and health. He's violating them. So the next thing he was saying is, it's a new game. Yeah, it's a new game, which he talks about all the time, how important it is to be successful in your first 5 sets of a new game, or you'll be doomed to his obscurity in TCG Graveyard that he has in his own warehouses. Yeah, all of his old dead product. He talks about it all the time. He's discounting his own things that he always talks about. And I watch him a lot, so I do know. He's discounting his things he normally talks about for whatever reason here. He's completely ignoring some of the valid concerns. And yeah, there's a lot of drama and stuff like that on YouTube. And guys, I do dramatize. I It's YouTube. You're here for the entertainment. You're here for you could go to the main chat in the Discord and get all the same information and see all the same naysayers. And I'm going to show you guys one more metric here, and the performance of my video. And I want you guys to see, because I was surprised. You might think that, because you're not able to see thumbs downs. So I'm going to actually show you a screenshot of the current performance of the video. I just want you to take note how many thumbs up there are and how many thumbs downs there are. Because, to be honest, I thought the subject I was going to bring up on Friday was more controversial than it actually is. In reality, you have everybody that's relatively informed in this game believes the same thing as me. We need a roadmap. Every single person. Look at all the thumbs up. Look at them all. And you have your one or two folks that are real casual, don't really care, don't really understand anything, probably don't have tons of smarts going on, and they seem like they're the loudest. But they're not. Guys, you guys are the loudest. What I want you to try to do, maybe we make a hashtag. Hashtag take back the realm, something like that, where we just want a roadmap or hashtag roadmap. I don't know. Give me a hashtag in the comments of what we should do. But I'd love to see folks, when you see nonsense somewhere and where folks are just, ignoring the concerns and not really helping. Hashtag roadmap. I want Eric's vision. We all want Eric's vision. Just give us the vision. Give us the vision. We don't want you to change your vision. Eric's a smart guy. Eric's a real smart guy. We want that vision. We just need to know. We need to plan. I need to plan. Everyone needs a plan. We want to have confidence that you have confidence. And we have here, I'm going to end with a beautiful new piece written by the grand composer savant Nobilis Stragonus. Little summary of the events of the weekend. And again, I appreciate all of your support. Had a ton of support over the weekend. Tons and tons of folks messaging in. I mean, you guys wouldn't believe how many. Tons of support messaging in. It's been amazing. Again, I love Sorcery. I plan on being here. None of this is going away. None of it's going away. It's just what's going to happen in the future. What changes am I going to make to prepare for the future? What changes are you going to make to prepare for the future if we don't have a roadmap? And how fast do I think that recovery and bull market can happen even right now with no product being released, with a reprint coming? How well do I think it could bounce? I think it could be incredible. Incredible. Just a roadmap, a visual. Give us month by month, quarter by quarter for the next year, next 4 quarters. What's in those quarters? And you'll see immediately. I mean, we want to follow the vision. Let us see the vision. If the vision is 2 sets in the future and that's your solution, give us when that's going to happen. If the vision is in a couple months, we're going to reprint beta again. All right, at least that's in the roadmap. Drop us the roadmap. Drop us the reasons. Explain to us what you're seeing. Now, thanks everybody. I'll see you, I suppose, on Friday for my last collector alpha break of case, and I'll buy instantly. The moment that the market starts to level on boxes, I'm back. But right now, I can't buy 2 cases, crack 2 boxes, 1 box a week, and by the time we get to box number, we went 10 and 11 and 12. I'm way underwater and I got to charge more than market to sell the packs. Like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that to myself. I don't want to do that to you guys. And it's, again, if I was trying to bamboozle you, I would be pumping in a down, or I'd be doing the opposite, right? I'm not. The views that I'm sharing with you are common views. Now, I'll let you be entertained with Nobles. What a soundtrack.
Refreshing market pages, scrolling through decay. Collectors weep and moan as their in my day, whispers the ancient dragon sage. We cherish it slowly, now you're full of rage. 3 months, the news standing now, a year's too long. If I can open anything new, using imagination just feels wrong. So go sell your alpha foils, cry that prices fell. Declare the game's deceased, shout your fond farewell. But the rest of us will linger, smirking with firm hands. See you again when Gothic lands. Oh, sorcery, oh tragedy, how dare you make us wait a year? Contested realm of agony, patience brings the test so near. No sorcery, sweet tragedy, our drama plays out once again. Perhaps we'll get communication from EC someday, to restore a lost trust and faith led astray. Digital age we're living in, treasures hidden in the packs we win, pictures on cardboard thin, fighting scalpers till the end. Holograms that shine so bright, sample packs just drop from sight. In the shuffle I can't win, every pack is cursed with sin. I'm trying to preserve history, in these cards contain my prophet destiny. I refuse to let them win, the time for scalpers now must end. I'm trying to preserve history, in these cards contain my prophet destiny. I refuse to let them win, the time for scalpers now must